Hey there, everyone. So today we have another episode with Dr. Aniket Banvi. Dr. Aniket Banvi, as we know, is a naturopathy doctor and a yoga expert. He has attended numerous international conferences on the topic of health and wellness, and has been a speaker on wellness areas as is his area of specialization. And yoga and naturopathy are very, very close to his heart. And let's carry on with this amazing discussion forward. Let's look at what are the daily habits that can make a difference to our health. So, Dr. Aniket, welcome once again.
Well, thank you once again for having me on the show, and I'm glad that we meet once again here.
Perfect. So, any inputs you would like to give the viewers about food habits? On what are the things that one needs to take care as far as food habits is concerned on a daily basis?
Sure. Food is a very big topic to be covered and to be addressed as well. And especially in today's time and scenario, because the era what we are living is an everyday update that what should we eat and what should be not eaten. But in ancient texts from from a yogic text in many ways, they have told already that what kind of a lifestyle a person should be leading. And that takes back to something called as Ashtanga Yoga, where they say that there are very first two principles of Ashtanga Yoga, that is Yama and Niyama, which says that how one person should live. And in that, the list comes out as one of them is Ahimsa. So when you eat, there should be no harming for sure, and which leads me to talk further more about in detail about yogic diets. So in yoga, they say that Rajasic, Tamasic, and Sattvic food, and human body is made to be eaten all those kinds for sure, but to be eating Sattvic is more convenient for humans, which helps them to thrive for a longer duration, to aid in health benefits and many other aspects as well. So Sattvic food is what it is to be, a person should be taking from many ancient texts also. So that is
Right.
the very basic crux of that. Now in modern days, when the scientists sat down to understand what kind of a foods should human have, is it a paleo diet, is it a keto diet, is it what kind of a diet, so they said that, see, we cannot roll out like this. What we need to understand is what is the human's body nature. And as we all know that there is something called as potential hydrogen, which is pH, and it is a scale of 1 to 14, where it says what kind of a food is acidic and what kind of a food is alkaline. And we must have heard it in our very early stages of our school, where we used to take a litmus paper and test, is it acidic or a basic solution what we are using. So same way our food is also having those same elements itself, that is acidic or basic. And what they came out to in conclusion was that the more the alkaline the foods are, it is much beneficial for your health, and more the acidic environment in the body, it is going to damage your body. Now this brings again to something which is alarming, that people say that we have calcium deficiency, our bone density is low. The reason being is because your body is acidic, and when the acidic environment there is in your body, what it tends to do is that it draws the calcium so that the body can be turned into alkaline. And these all things leads to one another thing, and sequentially falls to a prey, and lot many other health hazards takes place. Now when I was attending plant based nutrition conference, they specifically told that eating non-veg is very harmful for our body. Nevertheless, we all know it, but even in ancient texts they said that ahimsa is wrong, killing an animal and eating is wrong. And at today's at time and scenario, what we tend to also closely study is snatching some other animal's milk and drinking is also a harmful thing. We are the only animals in this planet who drinks other animals milk. If you see, there is no other animal which is drinking other animals milk. The cow does
Yeah.
not go and drinks the horse milk, or the horse does
Yeah.
not go and milks the elephant's milk. None of
Yeah.
these thrive on their other milk. They only thrive
Yeah.
on their mother's milk
Yeah.
till the stage of their growth. It's at least to the growth, and after that they are by their own, and they eat all the normal and the foods which are rich in dietary fibers. We get milk from cow, but what we see is that cow eats a lot of amount of grass, which is a dietary rich fiber for them, for definitely, for sure. And we tend to fall prey of wrong things, because of we have been led in a wrong way and also picturized into a wrong way, and that for sure that is the one of the leading cause. Now, the again, when I went back to this conference, what they clearly stated me is that it's not just about the values. Ahimsa is a value which you don't want to do, that is okay. But apart from that, one more thing you need to understand is that you're not just harming other people or other animal, you're also harming your own body. Now, there is a molecule, something called as TMAO, which is trimethylamine N oxidase or oxide. Now, if you go and Google this, they will clearly say that the animal-based product, that might be egg, that might be meat, all these things produce these molecules. And this molecule has been led to heart disease, diabetes, and many other lifestyle diseases as well. And it also causes a gut dysbiosis. Now, the gut is known to be as the second brain, and we are spoiling our very second brain. And that is why, we must have heard this quote saying that what you eat is what you are. So we tend to lack in understanding this, and this is the major crux. And they animal based food have a lack of dietary fibers. Now, I got to know that there is more than 65% of dietary fibers rich in plant based food, which are live food, which are healthy food, which are highly alkaline in food, and they help our body to stay stabilized and also maintain our homeostasis. So this is a basic crux. The major two things you need to take out of my entire talk or take on food, it would be is see whether the food is acidic or alkaline, and number two is how far is it damaging your own body. That would be those two things. And again, there is a clear data which was told in the conference where they said that it is taking 1.2 acres to feed one person. Reason being, people are eating non-veg or the animal based foods more, or animal processed food. Now, if the same people drop their consumption or drop completely the animal based food, the same 1.2 acre is being fed for 14 people or 15 people. Wow. So we today say that there is a hunger, there is a lot of lack of food production. Actually, there isn't. What we are doing is that we are feeding the wrong animals and not letting them live. And we are killing them and we are eating them. Well, I was a pure non-vegetarian a long time back, not just long time back, just 3-4 years back. And when I understood these basic values, that ahimsa, not just your body, but you're harming your body, you're harming others' body or other animal, also causing a lot of environmental hazards as well. It is better to drop once you have the understanding, once you are able to understand. And I gradually dropped it over the time, and I am sure that the one who tends to change this will definitely easily overcome this as well.
Very nice. Very, very insightful. I think what you said about the alkaline food and the acidic food, I think anything which is raw, which is from the nature, will have alkalinity. If it is cooked, if it has got especially non-vegetarian or any animal-based products, will be more steering towards acidic formation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that is harmful for the body. And like you beautifully said about the bone issues or the calcium deficiency, it's not that the person has got deficiency. It could mostly be that the person is eating the wrong food, which is acidic, and the body's intelligence is trying to help to come back to the state of alkalinity, which the blood is automatically alkaline. So bring it to the state of alkalinity, and it has to do overwork in terms of taking all the calcium from the bones and getting that homeostasis or whatever that terminology that you used. Yeah, so good.
So true.
Yeah, nice, good. Thanks for the insight, doctor. Tell me something more about what about liquid diet? What are the kind of liquids that one should drink with food, without food, before food, or what is the method to have liquids? What would be your recommendation as far as naturopathy is concerned?
This is the the number one question which I always get asked is, sir, can I drink while I'm having my lunch or breakfast or dinner? Should I have it before? Should I have it after? So there is a simple rule. What you need to follow is that before eating half an hour, you need to consume some amount of water, and after your lunch, dinner, or post, after 30 minutes or 45 minutes, you can have again water. In between, while you are eating, if it is necessary and there is something which is not able to pass through your throat, then you take some sip, hardly 2 to 3 sips, which I would be advising. Now, the people ask me again, sir, why are you stressing on post and pre, and why not in between? Well, what happens is that when you start eating, when you start chewing, your body sends a signal to your body and starts producing the right amount of enzymes and the right amount of HCl, which is hydrochloric acid. Now this helps in breaking down. The moment you overload yourself with a more amount of water while you are eating, what it tends to do is that it dilutes the HCl and the food is not broken down properly. Now then that leads to lack of absorption of your minerals and nutrients and many other things, and that again leads to so many complications in your body. And yet you say that again, sir, I'm taking all the medications, all the dietary supplements, all the food which is rich in vitamin C, which is rich in this one. But what you tend to understand is also water is not just helping you absorb, it is also helping you remove the toxins from your body. And in this process, if you consume it in the wrong time, what your body does is that it takes away all the important nutrients along with the toxins and goes out. So there is nothing left, and that is what happens. So make sure that you try to drink it before 30 minutes and drink after your post meal, that is 30 to 45 minutes. I would urge you to take some more time as well, because once it is there, let it digest properly. Let us give us our body the time to that it can digest. And in between, I said 1 to 2 is fine if it is necessary. If not, please go ahead with your food properly, chew it, eat mindfully, and that is what it is. And water consumption is very essential in that aspect. And this is the pre and post which I'm telling you, specifically when you are having your foods. This is how you need to follow.
Very nice, thanks. Anything particularly you would like to say about not just water, in terms of any other liquids that one can consume with food or without food, and how does one have a habit of because sometimes people say that stand up and don't drink, and sit and drink, and speed at which you drink. What would you say about that?
So yes, what you pointed out is very rightly, and this is again one of the questions which is being asked, that sir, someone asked me to sit down and drink, someone asked me to stand and drink. Now the answer is, even I would suggest, is sit, drink mindfully, sip it slowly, and then you eat the water. Don't drink the water, just eat the water. And what I mean by eat the water, what you need to do is that when you sit and sip, you need to make sure that the water runs in your mouth for a while. Now what is it doing? It is mixing with your saliva, which is also highly alkaline and also contains a lot of enzymes with it. Now, this helps in overcoming your acidity, bloating, flatulence, all those things. And this is by far the best way that people have understood, or the medical science have understood, to be consumed. And that is why the people who say that sit, sip, then mix your saliva properly, then send it to your gut so that it is able to, now calm your HCl production, which is not necessary, and then also help you digest with the right amount of enzymes which are supposed to be gone. Sometimes while you're eating, they might have not gone. Now when you drink water, they slowly get in, they all start working in synchronity. And that is why they say that sit and drink water, and even I would suggest the same thing.
Very nice. Very nice. So would you say anything about the role of water specifically in our diet? What would you say as far as naturopathy is concerned, or as far as your experience is concerned?
The naturopathy and the medical science, the whole fraternity, what it says is that your body is 70% water. And what it does is that it goes in and out, and it helps you remove the toxins. It helps in your digestion, it helps in removing your toxins, it helps in maintaining your required amount of body fluids, which helps in exchange of the right amount of food and the right amount of vitamins and minerals to each and every cell of the body. Now, when we eat, it just does not absorb in our body. What it is, the role is that it flows through the body and entirely takes care of sending the each and everything to the every cell, and that would be utilized by each and every cell and absorbed. So water plays a significant role in removing toxins as well. Now, toxins, when we say that, it just does not go through urine, it also goes through sweat, it also goes through our breathing process, through lung. All these things help in removing toxins, and that is more significant. Make sure that you even drink the right amount of water as well. Now, the right amount would be in naturopathy by Dr. B. Venkat Rao. He says that 2 shares of water. Now that means are somewhere around 2 to 2.5 liters to 3 liters of water to be consumed in a day. And make sure that the water, what is it, thrown out from your body, is also replenished back. And it is an conscious awareness which one should inculcate. And as also there is a many studies say that, when you drink or when you eat mindfully with a love, with a gratitude, their process or their elements enhances. They provide you much more replenishing or much more rejuvenating elements to your body, and helps you in facilitating all these processes. So water is the very crucial element which human beings supposed to take care of and also respect it. Because I do have experienced an incident where I happened to go to a trek, and we none of our friends did not carry water. And at the last, when we went to falls, and the water was clean, and we had no other option to rather than drink it. And that is when we realized the significance of water and the precious value of it, because only you understand when you suffer. And that was the moment which I felt like, there is no other beverage in the world which is as tastier as water and as addictive as water. So stay healthy by drinking water.
Wow, that's very profound. So actually, what you would say is the quantity of water is required to be taken in a day, and you need to consume it throughout the day. I think you need to hydrate yourself very well. And also, I think one of the common underlying factors for most of the disease condition, as it said, is dehydration. We not
Yeah.
drinking adequate amount of water during the day can lead to serious health conditions over a period of time.
And people ask me that, sir, when I'm dehydrated, can I drink slice, maza, coffee, tea? Well, let me tell you something very specifically about tea and coffee, because as you are asking about fluids, that is I guess we at least in India, we drink more than water. I guess we drink tea and coffees. Now, tea and coffee is nothing else but a diuretic. What it does is that it removes all the required amount of minerals, vitamins through your body. So it's a completely diuretic which throws out all the things from your body. And to replenish whatever is gone out of the body, you need to drink again at least 2 liters of water. So make sure that you reduce the dosages of your coffee and tea intakes, so that you don't end up or fall prey for such things. And then again they say that, sir, I'm taking all 2 liters of water, but I'm not still able to cope up with the things which you're saying. Well, because you're also inversely doing the wrong thing. You're taking a good thing, but instantly you're taking a wrong thing at the moment, same exact. So that will definitely not help you in balancing or keeping your homeostasis in place, and that leads to much more problem.
Very nice. Very well put. Very clearly said. So I think one needs to understand the role of water. And even if there is any beverage that you have other than water, if you can reduce the consumption and to a limit where maybe 1 or 2 cups of tea or coffee in a day at regulated time is better than unregulated, or just because you're giving company to someone having some beverage like
Yes.
that, tea and coffee is not good. And if possible, I always recommend to people that try and eliminate sugar. Even if you're perfectly healthy, you can probably
Yes.
reserve that quota of sugar for some other sweet. If you have a sweet tooth, some other sweet you can enjoy probably with that quota of excess sweet that you have saved for yourself. So good. Thanks for this wonderful discussion. I think we need to take this forward with more discussion on sleep, meditation, sunlight, all these roles of these things in our health. So we'll once again call you back on our discussion panel some other time.
Sure.
Thank you for your inputs on food, water, and liquids today. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you for
It
having
was a
me
pleasure
here.
talking to you.
Bye.
Bye.
These days, popping pills for chronic ailments have become the norm. The trend of over-medication and self-medication are getting far too alarming. Medications are supposed to help us, not hurt us. No amount of external intervention can help unless the body heals itself. Our body is known to be an abode of astonishing self-healing powers. The immune system of our body is sophisticated, and the magical recovery ways of the body is much beyond the common man's comprehension. Holistic approach to health is becoming extremely relevant today. We need to empower our body's natural healing powers by adopting lifestyle changes for staying fit and healthy. And there should be minimum need for any medical intervention. Today's progressive wellness experts are working closely to ensure that focus is shifted decisively towards preventive healthcare so that people can enjoy the fruits of good health for longer. Chronic diseases and the so-called lifestyle diseases can be prevented and in most cases also reversed. We need to focus on educating and steering people towards an integrated approach to health and life and encourage them to make healthy lifestyle changes. Let's take responsibility to learn about our body and our health. On this channel, we'll be conversing with some amazing experts who are focused on optimal health, improved quality of life, and general well-being for all concerned. More power to holistic